We're with you in moments, big and small. This is Polk Today Video. The 2022 Eggs and Issues Breakfast, hosted by the Rotary Club of Polk County on Thursday morning, featured 4 of the 14th District Congressional candidates in the primary race and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's campaign manager. Polk Today Video presents their presentations at the Eggs and Issues Breakfast, sponsored again by the Rotary Club of Polk County, in individual videos for each candidate this year. Check back after a word from this Polk Today sponsor to listen to what those candidates seeking office this year had to say. The time is almost here. Joe Nichols is live in concert at the Cedartown Performing Arts Center on Friday, March 25th. Only a few tickets remain to see Joe Nichols on stage Friday. Visit CedartownShows.com to purchase your tickets now and reserve what seats remain for the show starting at 8 p.m. Go online to CedartownShows.com to learn more about seeing Joe Nichols stop in town on the Good Day for Living tour.
Time, by the way, we're engaged for about 8:30 finish time, so we're doing really good on time, which is why I haven't been a stickler on the 5-minute thing. Ken, suffrage.
Hey, I'm gonna train you to be an MC.
My goodness. Are y'all having fun? Is this nice? Yeah. Do y'all hang out? Are y'all cool? Have y'all met before?
See each other every once in a while.
Okay. Do y'all follow each other on the socials?
We Zoom. We're on the same circuit.
You Zoom? Y'all Zoom?
We Zoom a lot. A lot of people Zoom a lot.
Okay. For this Zoom thing. Joe, how you doing over there? Joe, you look like you're having a blast. Joe loves it in Rockmart. Our next and final guest, and I've already got some questions that have been written out, so we're gonna have several minutes for questions, which is exciting. Our next and final guest is trying to primary our current Congresswoman on the Republican ticket. So the primary is May 24th,
Yes.
right? May 24th, and then there's the general in November. So she's no stranger to Rockmart. She's been here several times since like last fall. I've seen her around a lot, so she's made a lot of friends here. Please welcome to the stately podium here, Jennifer Strahan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank y'all for being out here. We have daylight now, so that's always encouraging. If I'm talking too fast, I did drink coffee. Hopefully you guys had some as well. But I know too, I want to make sure that we have time to get to questions. I really want to just thank you for letting me be here today. Thank y'all for being here today. Thank you to the Rotary for hosting. Most importantly, thank you to Linda's Place for catering. I think we all agree that's the most important piece of this right now. But I will jump in because we don't have a lot of time. My name is Jennifer Strahan. I am running in the Republican primary because I believe you shouldn't have to sacrifice effectiveness for conservatism. And I'm very proud to be an American and very proud of my Southern roots. In fact, as I was growing up, my parents told me, hey, no matter what you do, focus on 4 things: God, family, education, and hard work. So I worked. My very first job was at a shoe store. I spent my entire paycheck back at the shoe store, but I worked. I worked at a hotel, I worked at a furniture store, a hardwood flooring company, I did research. Basically, if somebody would hire me, I wanted to work. So I worked my way through college. Started with my associate's degree and eventually ended up with my doctorate degree. And when I started my company, my business, I worked to make it successful because my parents taught me what it means to work. They taught me about grit. I actually met my husband as a freshman in high school, probably every parent's nightmare. And we got married in college. We've been married now over 17 years. Very grateful for him. He's my rock. And we have a little boy who constantly chasing after, along with 2 dogs and a tortoise. And if you were playing that back in your head, that is another story for a longer conversation. But yes, I got snookered into that one. It's a lifetime commitment. Just gonna put that out there. And we're running 2 small companies. So like most, we're just doing our best to live our life every day. Despite that is harder every day these days with Biden and the left's attacks on just Americans and individuals. I am not a politician, but I'm running for Congress because I believe you can't change Washington unless you change who's in there. I am a conservative Christian, far from perfect, I will put that out there, but very, very much try to live my life, live my values every day in a way that makes my family proud, but also sets a strong example for my son. I am a strong advocate for President Trump's policies, and I think that we need to send someone to Washington who will promote and protect those policies. especially the tax cuts that had our economy firing on all cylinders before the pandemic. You know, Georgia deserves a representative who will take a serious and sober approach to the job and make it about serving you and actually getting things done. I don't know when politics became about celebrity status instead of service to constituents, but that has to stop. You know, it's not about being loud, it's about being effective. To your point earlier, this is an opportunity that we have. You know, in business, talk only gets you so far. Then you have to deliver. And I've been very fortunate, I know how to get results. I have, as a business owner and an executive in healthcare, I've partnered with hundreds of organizations of all types and sizes. Not only here in the district, but across the country. I have trained thousands of individuals, and I've helped eliminate tens of millions of dollars in waste and wasteful spending in healthcare. That's a drop in the bucket compared to what we actually need to see in government. But that's also the real world experience that we need in Congress. I will fight for a government that works for us, one that is transparent, fiscally responsible, and accountable to the people. I will fight for our constitutional freedoms, for our gun rights, the right to life, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion. And I will also fight to make sure that Georgia entrepreneurs are freed from the burdensome taxes and regulations that just strangle prosperity and innovation. My husband and I know the challenges created by governmental red tape and running our own small businesses. And like you, we are just frustrated by the absurd wastefulness and federal overreach into every aspect of our lives. And COVID was serious, but it's not an excuse for big government. So I mentioned earlier that I'm a mom. My son is in kindergarten. He's rocking kindergarten, by the way. And I support school choice. I think that just like many parents, I don't want to have my son learning about things like critical race theory before his mind can even comprehend what he's learning. I think our schools have become too politicized, too sexualized, and too focused on educational bureaucracy over the needs of our kids, and that has to change. You know, quality public education was a huge part of my upbringing, and I largely credit that to being able to have a successful career and create a stable life for my family. That should be possible for every American child, regardless of income or zip code. You know, but I will say this, as someone who worked throughout college, I'm still paying on some of those student loans that are excessively expensive. When you take out a loan, you pay back the money. It's just that simple. You know, I believe in education, the quality opportunity that it presents, but I also believe in personal responsibility. Just like I believe in government accountability. So Washington's run out of money and our children's money. And now we're creating generational debt that our grandkids and their kids will be paying for long after we're gone. Government cannot be all things to all people. It's time for that to stop. We have to make hard choices. That's why I support a balanced budget amendment and a no budget, no pay act to force Congress to do its job. This is not just a fiscal threat, it's a national security threat. I know we probably don't need to talk about national security right now. We have a lot of issues. We have to prioritize our security as a nation. That includes border security, international relations, and cybersecurity, an area we don't talk about a whole lot. Our government needs to focus on its core responsibility and protect our people. There's so many issues I could talk about, but I won't because of time. And I want to make sure we have time. For one, you get to work, but two, for us to answer questions. But you know, we've got inflation at record highs. You guys know that, 40-year highs. You feel that every day at the gas pumps, in Home Depot, at the grocery store. We're seeing crime rates rise. We have problems with our workforce across the board, recruiting good people to work, making sure we have issues around supply chain, supporting businesses. You know, in education, we're seeing, and not just education, but in society, teaching our kids a sense of entitlement over a sense of responsibility. We have real issues today, serious issues, and we need a representative who's going to focus on serving and not being a celebrity. So my name's Jennifer Strahan. I want you to remember that name because on May 24th, I'd be honored to have your vote and your support. I promise I will not only earn your support that day, but I will earn it every single day in office. I will fight for you. I will do what's right for you, for our children, and for our future generations. to protect this country that we are so blessed to live in and that we know and love. So thank you all for your time this morning. God bless, and I look forward to talking to you all soon.
Hey there, folks. I'm Kevin, the editor. Thanks for tuning in to Polk Today's YouTube channel. Do us a favor and give this video a like, and if you really want more free local news and sports content, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we have new content available. So if you could just go ahead and hit those buttons, that'd be great. Thanks.